What is going on with this Nuggets team? Even when they're winning, they are struggling. This is your Denver Sports Daily for December 23rd.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
Last night, the Nuggets almost lost to one of the worst teams in the league. Last night, the Nuggets took on the 5-25, that's right, 5-25 New Orleans Pelicans, and had to go to overtime to close out the game. Not great. Not great when you hear that. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Russell Westbrook played their hearts out. They played great. Jokic, of course, recording another triple-double with 27 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. Murray putting up 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's been playing well in these last couple stretch of games. And then Russell Westbrook notching 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. He is now the oldest player to record that stat line coming off the bench. Russell Westbrook has been an amazing pickup. When the Nuggets reached out and got him, I said it. This is a great pickup. That's the type of player you need on the bench. Very Bruce Brown-esque, except you're getting a veteran. You're getting a great player that has solidified himself as a top 3 point guard of all time. I'm going to say that top 3 point guard of all time. I don't think there's much of a contest there. You can tell me who you think is better. Don't care. Russell Westbrook is in that top 3, top 5 conversation. He's right there. So having him off the bench has really been a great piece that the Nuggets have added, but they're still missing that one thing. And that one thing is 3-point shooting. They are missing 3-point shooting, and getting rid of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Reggie Jackson was a problem. That was a big, big loss in this offseason. Those two players were much of a bigger loss, so much bigger than losing Bruce Brown and those other players that went away after that season where the Nuggets won the championship. And sure, those players were being paid a lot. It wasn't the biggest impact on paper. But when you take away 3-point shooting at a high level, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope led the league in 3-point percentage from the corner. He was the highest, most efficient player from the corner 3 in the league. And you get rid of a 3-and-D player like that, it's going to have long, outstanding effects on this Nuggets team. And no matter who you bring in, it is very hard to find somebody who produces at a level like that. Now, overall, Jamal Murray came in clutch, as he is. Jamal Murray's a very clutch player, and we saw it again last night. He got a steal down by 2 with 30 seconds left, then hit the game-tying shot with less than 10 seconds remaining. Now, the worst part is the Pelicans had a chance to win the game. CJ McCollum, terrible shot from CJ McCollum. You airball a game or a game-winning 3. That's not going to end up well in the history books, but you give them a shot. That's terrible. That's not what anybody wants to see. The defense on the Nuggets is not good. It's not good at all. And there are problems on that defensive side. Michael Malone said it best, where he goes, you can't go out there and expect to win a game when you're only playing one quarter. It's not how you win games. The Nuggets did end up beating the Pelicans in overtime, 132-129, but only winning by 3 points to one of the league's worst teams is very disconcerting, to say the least. Now, the Nuggets are now 15-11. And 5th in the Western Conference. Now, the good news is they will be playing again tonight against the Phoenix Suns. This is kind of a preview of their Christmas Day game that will happen on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Tonight, they are playing at 8 p.m. These games are always so much fun. I was at the Christmas Day game 2 years ago where Aaron Gordon got that dunk over Landry Shamet. If you remember it, electric, freaking electric. These games are always so much fun. It is the best part of Christmas to me that the Nuggets can play. I know you tell me presents in the morning. I don't want the presents. I want Nuggets game day. I want Nuggets versus Suns. That is a fun game. And we got those this week, tonight. And then Wednesday, we're facing the Suns 2 times in a row. It's going to be very, very fun to see. So I'll definitely be back recapping those when I'm back from my break. Now, moving on, the Avalanche dominated the Seattle Kraken last night. The Kraken came into Denver and left with a 5-2 loss. Joel Kiviranta recorded a hat trick. His first goal came with 8 minutes left in the second period, and then he added 2 more within the final 3 minutes of the game. And sure, they were empty netters, but still, you get a hat trick. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a fun game, and they just rolled through the Kraken. They played amazing. They have been on this past stretch. These past couple weeks, the Avalanche have really turned it up, and it really comes off of the back of those trades for the goalies that we have now, Scott Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood. Huge acquisitions that the Avalanche got. Huge. Cale Makar and Valentin also added a goal, but Mackenzie Blackwood, once again, played very well, allowing 2 goals and recording 17 saves for a .895 save percentage. Now, with that win, the Avs are now 21-15 and third in the Central Division. Their next game is against the Utah Hockey Club on Friday. The Avalanche have been on a roll. They have played well. They've played more than well. This right now is very comfortable for me, at least. I'm very comfortable with how the Avalanche are playing. This is a team that I can see going to the Stanley Cup. This is a team that I can see winning the Stanley Cup. I know it's lofty, it's out there, but this team is great. The goalie play, who would have thought, getting some good goalies in here would make the team better? Who would have thought? Everybody would have thought that. The goalies right now are winning the Nuggets or the Avalanche games. They really are. The Avalanche can go out there any given night and score 4 goals or 5 goals, but when their old goalies were allowing 4, 5, 6 goals a game, no good. I don't care how good the offense is. They're not going to overcome that deficit. With good goalie play, your team can win a Stanley Cup, and the Avalanche have put themselves in a position to win the Stanley Cup with their goalies right now, and it's looking good. It's looking good. Now, the next game is going to be against the Utah Hockey Club on Friday, as I said, so I'm going to be very excited to be watching that as well. They got a little break. Hopefully, they can, win that game and keep this hot streak going. Now, the Broncos are getting ready for another incredibly important game this weekend, and I've said it so many times. The past 3 weeks I've been saying this, so I'm sorry if you're hearing it again, but this one means it more than most. This is the most important game the Broncos are going to play this season. This is the most important game the Broncos will play this season. I'll say it again if I have to. This Saturday, the Broncos are going to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals in a game that has massive playoff implications for both teams. Now, the Bengals are 2 games behind the Broncos for that last wildcard spot, and if the Bengals win this weekend, there's a good chance that they could take it from Denver. The Bengals' last 2 games are against the Broncos this weekend, and then the next week after that is against the Steelers. And personally, for me, I believe that the Bengals have a better shot of winning against the Steelers than the Broncos, if they lose this week, winning against the Chiefs. I know. It's hard. It's hard to say that. I know. The Bengals are a more offensively sounded team against the Steelers than the Steelers are. The Steelers' defense has been great, but the Bengals' offense is one of the best in the league, and the Steelers' offense is really kind of iffy. They have Russell Wilson, they have George Pickens. It's not that great of a team, and the Bengals' defense has really been the thing that's held them back. So if the Bengals can win out these next 2 games and the Broncos lose out, the Broncos lose their wild card spot. The Broncos need to win this week to avoid giving it up, not choosing their own destiny, because if they have to play the Chiefs for that final wild card spot, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. The Chiefs hate the Broncos just as much as the Broncos hate the Chiefs. And if the Chiefs have the opportunity to knock the Broncos out of the playoffs, they will take it like that. They will take it like that. It's gonna be rough. It's going to be a hard game. The Broncos need to win this week. Now, right now, Cincinnati is a 4-point favorite as they have the home field advantage, but the Broncos are going to come into that game with the mentality that they need to win to make the playoffs. Now, their game will kick off at 2:30 p.m. this Saturday. That's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I want to chat with you guys now a little bit in the comments. That is going to be an incredibly important game. If the Broncos lose this game and don't control their own destiny, that I will be so upset. And I really, I want to draw myself back a little bit before I get too upset about having something that's not even happened yet, before we get into the hypotheticals, because the Broncos have surpassed all expectations this season. They really have. But coming into a lull like this at the end of the season is not what anybody should want to see. They should be finishing the season stronger than ever. And, you kind of see the season mimic the games. The Broncos have been very good at getting out there hot and then kind of falling asleep a little bit. Now, hopefully, like we've seen in games, they can pick it up towards that end of the game. Pick it up, win the game, do whatever you need to do to make the playoffs, because controlling your own destiny is all that matters. It really is. It's all that matters. If the Broncos can go out and beat the Bengals this weekend, they will clinch a playoff spot for the first time since 2015. I'm talking about that right now, and I'm getting excited. Being able to say those words gets me so excited and happy for the future. Now, not everything is going to come in one season. This is still a rebuild season, guys. That's what it was labeled as. No matter how good the season is, it's a rebuild season until you are confident that your team can make it to the Super Bowl, no matter how confident you are in your team. That's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I want to read some of your comments. Hey there, Joey. I wanted to say Merry Christmas to you. I'm just headed back healing from a bad accident last night. I'm sore, but okay. But just to see all the shows that I follow is a gift enough for me. Roy, thank you so much for being here. I really hope you're doing all right. Merry Christmas to you. I'm so sorry that happened, and I'm so happy that you could be joining me today. And I'm definitely giving you Christmas wishes, praying for you, man. I'm really sorry that happened. That really, really, really sucks. So I'm glad that you can spend some time with me, and I hope I can make your day feel a little bit better. But really, really unfortunate that happened. Sorry, man. But we got the dub. Yes, the Nuggets did get the dub. And I will say, saying a win is a win is much more impactful to me in NFL games where you only have 17 a season and every win counts. In the NBA, a win is a win, but you need to be consistent in your wins. The Celtics are going out there every night and blowing out teams. It's not guaranteeing me anything right now. When you see the Nuggets are going out there and only winning by 3 points to one of the worst teams in the league, that doesn't make me feel good. A win is not a win in this case. A win is a win. Sure, a win is a win, but a win doesn't make me feel confident that this team can go to the playoffs and make a deep run. We got the dub. A win is a win. Not confident. Not confident in this team. Joey, the Avs have found their goaltending. We finally have a real top number one goalie and a great backup too. That is so important to this team. With two great goalies, they are looking better than they have ever. Ever. Like, even in the Stanley Cup, their goalie play was not great. And now they have great goalie play. This team is dangerous. They're looking really, really good. Let's see. I don't think we will beat the Bengals. It's going to be rough. If the Broncos defense can play well against this incredible offense that the Bengals have, there's a chance. Now, the one thing is that the Bengals defense is terrible. So if Bo Nix can go out there and play like he's been playing in these past, 2 months, it'll be over. It'll be over because you look at the Bengals scores, they're losing 45-35. They're losing 52-45. They're losing in high scoring games. So what the most important thing for the Broncos right now is to get this offense going, get them started hot, and then keep it. They need to be scoring, every drive. They need to be getting takeaways on defense. They need to be running out there and making sure that their offense is playing at the highest level. This is going to be an offensive game if I've ever seen one. But with the Broncos defense looking as good as it has, it's going to be spicy. And this is going to be a game that the Broncos can win, but I could also see them losing it. The Broncos need to go out and make sure that their offense is playing at the highest level possible to even give themselves a chance of winning this game. That's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily today, guys. I'm going to be out for this next week, spending time up in Minnesota, back with family for Christmas. I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday, recapping hopefully a win for the Broncos, hopefully a win for the Buffs. They have their bowl game this weekend. I'll be talking about that on Tuesday. And then hopefully a Christmas Day win for the Nuggets. Can we all pray for that? That'd be awesome. That's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I hope you guys all have a Merry, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I will see you all next week. If I don't see you guys, check out my Twitter, and then I will catch up with you all next Tuesday. Y'all have a great rest of your day and great rest of your week. Bye, y'all.